Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. Have you ever dozed off while waiting for the beginning of a match? Let me know in the comments below. In the next two drops coming your way, I doze off at the start of the matches, and I do it on purpose. Our first match has us playing a skirmish mode on the Mining Collective in our Hunchback 4P, and if you're paying attention to the countdown timer on the mission clock at the top, you'll see that I didn't even get my first alpha out until almost 2 minutes into the game. Now, I take a couple of other lazy shots at targets that are too far away, just kind of reaching out, let them know that I know that they're there. I instead am going to spin around and push this high ground up here because there's bigger, juicier fish to fry in this Delta 4, Delta 5 region. Irby's backing up. We don't want to block his backup, but now I'm going to push in, and we have found a Warhawk. Let's see if we can get some damage done on him. There's a beautiful back shot. That opens him up. Let's see if we can follow up. Can we get the angle? Yes, we can. So there's kill number one, the Warhawk, and this is where I see more enemy units, including this king crab right in front of me. I've got to dodge a friendly unit pushing in, get an alpha out on the king crab. He is super fresh, coming around that right side because I want to lead with my right side. I've got to wait for my assault mech to push through, and he's blocking. Okay, wait, back up. Here we go. So we got a little chip damage in on him, but we're not going to get the kill because we were too much bottleneck to get real good shots on. But this executioner, that is a different story. Let's get a couple of good shots out on him, and our heat scale is going up, so we're going to switch over to chain fire, and I love the sound of that. All I hear in my ears is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, that's what I hear every time I do that. And down goes the executioner for our second kill. Coming back around, there's a linebacker cutting through right in front of us. We open up his back. We don't kill him outright until the second volley, and down goes the linebacker for our third kill of this match. There's two more behind us, Delta 4 coming up. Let's see what we see, and there is another king crab. Looks like a night star and something else. Now, I want to use this ramp to my advantage. My weapons, the bulk of them, are up high, and as long as I can clear that right shoulder, I can fire on them and try to minimize return fire, keeping their lower arm-mounted weapons from firing over the terrain. And down goes the king crab. We're going to push in here, follow our teammates. There's something to the right, and that something is, yes, a Marauder, 2C no less. So we're going to do some damage on him. I missed the butt shot. He spun right at the last minute. I wound up with a leg shot. And the heat is real. So we do the tactical shutdown back in the game, and now we go to chain fire. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. And we do some damage to his back. He manages to overheat himself and bring this one to a close. Switching over to the end screen, we find 3 kills waiting for us, 7 assists, 718 damage done on this drop. Switching over to our next drop, this one's got us playing Assault on River City, and we are in our Hunchback 4P for both of these drops. That's 8 medium lasers at our disposal of 40 alpha and a top speed of 89.1 kph. I really do love this mech. Now, some of you are wondering, again, why am I sleeping the first 2.5 minutes of the match? Well, it could be that I have a really comfy command chair. Or it could be that in this mech, with this loadout, I'm biding my time. And guys, that isn't such a bad thing to do in this game. If you are short-ranged, you can sit back during the opening rounds because eventually the battlefield is going to tighten up and the enemy is going to come to you. You don't have to charge across the map right out of the gate and push potentially a bad position where you can get yourself focused by the entire enemy team. They will come to you if you just sit back and give it a little time. And that is exactly what's happening here. The enemy is pushing in, trying to do a capture on our base. The lights are leading the charge. They've got some support from that high ground, Fox 7 Echo 8, but they're coming at us piecemeal. In fact, we've already done a little skeet shooting on that poor fire starter for our first kill of the match, and now there is a javelin running through us. We're going to get some shots out on him as well, driving him out of the area. We get a couple of good alphas out on him, and I have a faster teammate who is going to go into hot pursuit. I'm not going to chase the squirrel. There's no point in that when the prize is still closer to our base. So I'm going to reposition for that event. And while I do so, this is your reminder that if you're enjoying this content so far, why not hit the like and subscribe buttons to make sure that you don't miss out on any future content like this. Coming back around, here comes a Thunderbolt with an open CT. Oh, he eats an alpha, and down goes the Thunderbolt for kill number 2. We keep pushing through to our base, and there's some enemies low ground to my left, 2 of them as a matter of fact. We've got this Orion who's going down, and the second one to my left is an enemy Atlas, but it looks like he's being focused and swarmed by my teammates. I'm going to continue pushing up into that high ground I mentioned earlier, Fox 7, Echo 8. I think there's still some enemy units up here, so we're going to clear this out and push them, hopefully, down into my waiting teammates. And sure enough, there's something on the other side of this building. Look at that. There is a Marauder. Bounty hunter, no less. Friendly Shadowhawk moving in off the left side. He's coming around the building. We're probably going to get there about the same time. Oh, no fire from the Shadow Cat. Ah, that's why. Okay, so he got out an arty strike or airstrike. The Marauder was shut down, so we get a couple of good shots out on him. He is open CT, and one more ought to do it. There it is. Down goes the Marauder for kill number 3. Now we're pushing back towards the center. This is a mop-up operation at this point. The score is 9-3, and there is an ECM Cougar trying to hide in this low ground in amongst the rocks. We can't have that. My teammates look like they're swarming the 2 units to the left. So we're going to push this Cougar, and while we finish him off, I just want to say if you're not a long-range weapons platform, it's okay to doze through the opening rounds of the match. Let the fight come to you and take it on your terms. Now, there are exceptions to the rule based on what mech, your loadout, what role you're playing, and the game mode, but in general, guys, you can snooze your way to victory. Switching over to the end screen on this one, we wind up with 4 kills, 6 components destroyed, 724 damage done.